Yo, let's do a little tier list for patch 11.3. It's come out today, so it's 1 a.m. Britain time, so whatever time that is in America. But yeah, so the changes they do with this patch, basically, mage items are better. So they buffed most of the mage items, but maybe I think they nerfed Book of Thoth. They changed some quality of life stuff, like Hi Rez 2 and his dash. And the new BANS in Duel, which are everything in alpha and beta. So I got a picture of them here on my phone. So that was the easiest way to do it, I figured. So yeah, let's hop right into it. Obviously the picks and bans will change a little bit based on the bans. So starting with Achilles, he's free to play. I'm gonna keep Achilles the same as last time. So just put him in a good god. He's got a lot of mobility. If you get a lead in him, he can be quite snowbally. The execute's nice in his ult. You'd probably build in Power Pen, Trans, Hydra, Soul Eater. Maybe not Trans anymore now. It doesn't give cooldown. Might be more worth rushing a Jotuns. If it gets a Fizz, it might be worth rushing Jotuns into either Breastplate or a Phalanx. And then it depends what type of cooldown you want, because you either have the option of going Jotuns, Soul Eater Hydras, and then what something with 10% CDR or no CDR, sorry. Or you have the option of going like a Jotuns into a Breastplate. So either or, that's the build I'd go on him though, which is just basically straight Power Pen. So Agni and Amusen cover both banned because of the alpha beta auto bans. So we got Harpash. I put Harpash B. He's okay. Can be. I mean, he's good against certain gods. He does get dove really easy though. He has good pokes. So he's good into like mages, because he outranges most of them. But yeah, into a Mammon Brigade, he's terrible. Tsukiyomi, he's terrible. You can get dove super easy. You want a Gem of Isolation on him really, but the item's not good. So yeah, he's just average, not the best, really. You can get away with playing if you like him and you're good at him. For the most part, I'd say not the best. Amaterasu, I'd put A+, borderline S. I'd leave it an A+ for now. Again, no, I'd put her an S. She's good. Go auto attack on her. Clear the way super easy. Her mana sustain early game shit, but other from that, she's awesome. You go to late game, she basically outtrades anyone with a damage passive on her one. The silence is good. The CC moon out and the stun, yeah, it's OP. But outtrades basically everyone. Aokwang, I'd put S as well. Honestly, the ability that he can go basically full mage with lifesteal and have tidy attack speed with the Bancrofts and maybe a ring if you really want to get like a Telekines or something, maybe just for the lifesteal on it to go, which goes well with the Typhons. Yeah, you just outtrade everyone. Having the execute forces them to go beads early game. So much mobility. You can play like a mage, you can play like an assassin in Duel, so you can keep just going in and out, poking until eventually you can full commit to kill them. Or yeah, you just play like a flipping hunter and just auto attack people to death. So yeah, super good. There's Artio. I'd put Artio C. Just Guardian. What can you do? One of the better Guardians if you're going to play one. I mean, does a lot of damage. You can, as I said, you can win games against certain gods with her. Go lifesteal on her. Her 3 heals loads. Not bad. Not good though. Atlas. Same. C. Just a Guardian. Meh. Don't know why you play Guardians. Oelix. I'd put A. You can be good into gods with leaps. However, now Ula's banned and Bakasura's banned. Auto. There's not that many. Nah, she might be B. Yeah, I'd say B. She's not that good, to be honest. You're relying too much on a knock up. Your health otherwise is just a steroid, which is a good steroid. Be away if you suffers and get out pressured. So, Baba Yaga, A. Good poke. Good escape. Tanky with the ult. With the mage item buffed. Does it help her? Not really. Doesn't really make much difference. But she's just an all-around quite good god. Safe. Yeah, does enough. The whale. I put B. Good. The back kaiju, yeah, he's okay. I mean, the auto attacks, he can do loads of damage and be super tanky. But I just don't see him beating any of the top tier gods or any of the gods above him, really. a backer into a Baba Yaga even, I don't think wins. So yeah, I'd put him in the B. If you're gonna order it though, I'd probably put I'd put a Weelix after Arpash. I'd probably put a Weelix after the wheel too. It was next Baron. Baron, a personal hatred of mine. A plus. Nah, I'd put him S. Hate Baron, you know. I don't even know why I had an A class category, to be honest. Change the colour of it too. Hate Baron. So annoying. So good. The pressure he has early game, the cooldowns, the healing on his 2, the root. You hit the root super easy to hit, and then you hit the heal every single time. The damage basically confirmed on the 1-2 is super pokey. You can out-poke people, full commit to them with the ult. Yeah, it's just annoying. Horrible god to play against. No point going lifesteal on him either, really, because you can just go cooldown. Cap your cooldown as soon as possible. And I mean, like, you're just popping your 2s constantly, they're just healing you. So, Bellona's an A+. Good into some gods. She can be good in Charm Transfer and Quang. She's pretty good into all of the S tier gods, to be honest, but I haven't seen much of her. And I feel like she does have bad matchups and can get beaten early to mid game. You can get finish games against a Bellona. However, late game she is good and can destroy you late game. So it's just something to be aware of. She beats a lot of hunters late game with the block stacks and the disarm. But as an Amaterasu, say, you can kind of bait the disarm out and you basically out-trade her. So there's that. Definitely does beat now the Amaterasu, loses to Outgang probably and loses to Baron though. So who's next? Cabrakan. Just B tier. Same as Baka Kaiju. I'd probably put C tier. Probably not as good as Artio, to be honest. He's okay. Can't win games, as I said, like all the other Guardians. Just average. Don't know why you'd play them, really. The Zot, I'd put him A+. Really good. Loads of damage. And there's so much healing, which gives you just a lot of sustain in lane. Unless you outpoke the other person and then heal it all back up to your 2 and your leap. The ult also makes you super safe. But like someone like Cam is also good into a Baron. It's good into... It's tidy into Outgang to break the stealth. It's good into like All-Around. Just so much damage and potential to just dive you and heal. Cerberus. Where the hell's Cerberus? There he is. Just don't rate him. Too hard to play, to be honest, in Duel. His one's hard to hit. It's inconsistent. His leap is good. The anti-heal's good. I mean, the ult's okay, but it's kind of a team fight, isn't it? So, yeah, don't rate Serb. Kiernanos. Just Hunter. Better than Achilles and Baba. Nothing special. A lot of lifesteal. He is good with the power, with like a pen, like a unicorn build. Does make him good. He can work with crit too. The Griffin's earrings are super good item. But yeah, he's not that good. His 2's okay. He can be, if he falls behind though, he's pretty useless. So I'll just say A. Who's next? Karen. I'm a hater on the Guardians. I just don't rate Karen either. I know people build them. People build a mage. I've seen last split. I've seen people playing mid, but didn't go well any game I seen someone playing mid. So maybe that's something. I'm biased, but I just don't like him. Charbadis. Same boat as Kiernanos. A little bit worse than Kiernanos because her ult is worse in Duel. Her ult's worse, period. Not a very good hunter ult, in my opinion. Her 3 is super underrated though, and the poke you can use on her 2 is super underrated. Just being able to walk up to the wave and hit the wave and the other person every single wave basically is an underrated ability. And as I said, the immunity in her 3. Played well, she can be really, really good. But yeah, she loses to like the Zot. She loses to a Bellona. Yeah, Amaterasu beats her, Outguang, yeah, so just average. Chernabog, same situation, probably a bit better in Charbadis because his ult's actually good. And if played well, you can dash into the wall to avoid a lot of stuff. The steroids he has in his 2 and his ult are awesome. really good with a silver branch bow if you're going to go that build. Does a load of damage with the unicorn build too, or crit, whichever one you want to go. Fail not's good on him. So yeah, definitely good. You can play it well where you can basically not miss minion waves with the ult. So there's that. Chiron, probably an A+. One of the better hunters in Duel. Loads of poke and early game pressure. The healing on his passive is super underrated. The cleanse as well on his ones underrated. If used correctly, can be a proper nightmare to play against. The ult keeps you so safe unless you do damage from miles away. And then the 2, you can literally, with a full power pen build on him. So even like a hybrid version with the Griffin's Earrings into a more penny type build, like Jotuns or something. You know, you don't even need it, but you just auto 2 every single wave. You just auto attack 2, and then you're probably guaranteed to hit a 1 as well. But just an auto attack 2, and you're doing so much damage every single fight consistently. It's so good poke. The knockback on his dash as well is really good. If someone's trying to dive you, just step back, knock them back. Also, now that he can shoot his 2 with his dash, it's a nice quality of life change. Cleo. I put Cleo in A. Probably one of the better people in A though. Her ult is super good. The cooldown's really low. Does a lot of damage. If Cleo's played well, she can be so hard to deal with. The dash, it goes so far, does so much damage. The silence on her 1's good. The invis on her 2 is a lot of poke and good damage. With lifesteal, if you don't have enough anti-heal or you haven't hit her yet, she heals so much. So yeah, when she's played well, so hard to deal with. Cthulhu, another guardian, hardly worth talking about. One of the better guardians, I guess, as well, with his ult. But yeah, if anyone wants builds on any of these, I can do it. Of how I would probably play the guardians or any of the lower tier gods. But yeah, not worth talking about the C tier, just not that good. Cullen, A, probably on par with Achilles. Nah, a bit better than Achilles. Standard god, he used to be OP and it was horrible. I hated it. He gets so tanky. He's good in tank metas really, because you can go attack speed on him, build up your tank, turn into the Hulk, and then yeah, you're just so tanky. You have basically 2 lives. The shield on his other stance is good. The knock up to and on his human stance. The CC immunity in his ult on the monster stance is good. The pushback's good. His auto attack chain is really nice for a full auto attack build. So yeah, you just don't see many Kakans anymore really. Daji, I'd put B. It can work and can be really good in certain gods, but it's more of a cheese, really. I mean, she has no way of clear early game, so gets out pressured early game if it's someone who's aggressive, like a Chiron, or Xots or anyone above her, really. Her ult is good. You can pull people that takes out of the fight in the powwow. And the 2 is good for just proccing damage, and the dots are nice. But I mean, really, as I said, it's just more of a cheese thing. It's good. It'll work against some mages, really, but most fizz it just doesn't really work into. Danza, straight up to S, probably one of the better hunters. The reason he's S is because he has so much peel against the melee gods. You can dive in with his 2. Granted, if they have a beads, it is difficult, but you have so much early game pressure with your 1 and the 2, and then the protections in your 3, the movement speed in your 3, the ability to juke by being a leaf, the damage on the rocket, and just being the fact you can go the earrings, the Griffin earrings, which is so good early game, gives so much MP5 and damage and attack speed in Duel, into lifesteal. And then you have the option of pen or crit, and you can go as much, you need be, you could go really a double protection if really necessary. But yeah, he has so much self peel. The heal on his 2 as well isn't good. So yeah, he's a hunter with a lot of self peel. In Conq, he's not great, but yeah, in Duel, he is very good. Discordia, A, just a little bit better version of Baba Yaga, in my opinion. More confirmable damage, and the stealth on the 3 to lower the cooldown's nice. But just a standard mage, nothing special. Erlang, the best of the warriors. A little bit worse than the hunters, though. I mean, he can beat all the hunters if he gets a little bit of an early lead. But in the grand scheme of things, he's not amazing. he just gets out pressure too much trying to clear the wave. To be honest, in my opinion, I played against one of that, and I won, and it probably wasn't nice for the Erlang. Even if he does dive, he does have good kill potential, but without that, yeah, he gets out pressured early game. Fafnir, another Guardian, straight into C. Ganesh, mate, Ganesh, borderline D tier. Yeah, I'm leaving him in D. Don't rate Ganesh. Gilgamesh. I'd put Gilgamesh A+. Yeah. Probably the best. Is he the best warrior? Yeah, he's probably the best warrior in Duel right now. The dropkick stuns, so good. The steroid on the one's nice. The leap is fast and it gives you movement speed, and the out trapping people in that. If you have no escape out of it and you don't have a sprint, then even with a sprint, if he hits you and bounces you back, basically a kill every time. He has loads of early game pressure with a dropkick stun that he can contest buffs and potentially steal them off you or stun you out of them and do a lot of damage. The builds suit him well. With a Serrate Edge, XE's good. Berserk Shield on him's good. So the builds all suit him well. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure and early game damage as well as late game trade ability. So where like an Erlang struggles the early game and comes online in late game, but it's hard to get him there. A Gilga's kind of good all the way through the game. It's more similar to the Bologna. He's probably on par. Late game, to be honest, he can probably box with an Amaterasu. He might even be S tier. I'm downplaying him a bit because I don't really like playing him or playing against him. But yeah, he's definitely a good god. Next, Hachiman. Probably the best hunter. I'd put him A+. He's not S. He's not OP. Maybe he is a little bit. He is especially in Conquest. But he can play. He's the best hunter in Smite right now, I'd say. Just in period. Maybe not in Duel, but he is the best in Smite. You can win any matchup. Even in Duel, you can beat basically everyone if you play it well and get a lead. But he can play super safe. His steroid's goodness too. His ult is so safe, but does a lot of damage. You want to play aggressive and then dash straight off the ult for the stun. The poke on his one is so good. The builds all suit him. So yeah, depends how you want to play him and what matchup you're in. You can basically make him work into anything. So best hunter in the game right now. All of these gods are banned. God, there's so many. Heimdall, the best A-tier hunter. Used to be really good when people like Kali were on the table. Because you just out them, out there, out and stuff. But you could just out to them. Sorry, when they leap on you and that type of thing. But forgot you can't out them on the out, obviously. But yeah, good into that type of thing. He was good when his twos knock him maybe into on hers and stuff like that as well. But again, can definitely work. Does so much damage, especially if you get ahead. His one's good. If you're good with the crystals and the teleport, you can play a super aggro or super safe. The ult is good, takes people out of combat, almost forces everyone to buy beads, similar to Quang. And again, the build suit them. Go into Berserk Shield, the Griffin Earrings. You can go full attack speed like an RC, Quinn size Executioner, or you can go more of a pen build if you wanted to with a trans, solely to that type of build. And either's good. Obviously, the attack speed's better, but the power pen build is a good way if you're just poking, you're playing safe, and you can't really go aggressive on people. Hera, I'd probably say borderline SS, one of the best dual gods right now. Her ult is, she does struggle a little bit early game, granted, until she hits 5. When she hits 5, her ult, sorry, I thought someone came in. Her ult does so much. It does a lot of damage. It's good for body blocking autos. It can peel for you. Basically makes them run away from you because you're fighting two people. Her shield on her 3 is nuts, making Argus run faster too and hit AoE. The polymorphs are good, they're up all the time. The one does a lot of damage, but it's the ult that's the main thing. It lowering his cooldown is insane. Late game, it's literally up every 20 seconds. It's nuts. And the shields are so good. Yeah, she beats basically everyone. If you get a late game, one of the hardest gods to deal with in the game, in Duel. And I personally hate playing against her. But when you are, it's quite fun. Horus, awful. On par with the Guardians. Don't know which one he's better than. Probably a little bit. His ult is just basically useless. Hui, probably the best hunter in Duel. I put him SS. His kit is perfect for Duel. You can't really, people can't go crit against him if you're against another hunter. Is mark making you do more damage is OP. The knock up on the mark guarantees a stun off it every time into the ult. Your leap makes you super safe. Yeah, best dual hunter. Also the triple bounces obviously and the double bounces, they work well if you can hit them and you're good as Hui. Especially like confirming the red buff, that triple bounce spot and stuff like that. It just gives you so good clear. Ishtar, I put A+, probably on par with the Hachi, but the only difference is probably put on Heimdall, because she would be up with Hachi with her one being able to do the poke like Hachi, so you can play super safe with that. However, if you fall behind and they can dive you, you can't really dash away because you have to make sure you're not hitting them like a Medusa, which is annoying if they're trying to body block you. Also, your ult's not really good if you're playing defensively. It's only really good offensively ult because you don't really want to be turning, like throwing the ult and then turning and running away, because it's easy to dodge if it's coming back to them and they're chasing you. You want to be using that aggressively. So if you do fall behind on Ishtar, or you have to play safe, it's a lot more difficult than a Hachi man, say, for example, or even a Chiron. Play safe on her. It is doable, and late game, she's as good as any other hunter, if not better, because the range she has on her one, same as the Hachi man. But yeah, it's just about getting there. It's difficult sometimes on the Ishtar. For the most part, she is probably my favorite hunter in the game. So I'm a little bit biased. I'd probably put her a little bit higher, but she does have some shortfalls in that case. Following on from that, Ixchel. You don't see many Ixchels about. I'd say on par with the Baba Yaga Discordia. Okay, does damage, got a heal, got a knock up. So she is good. Got a lot of poke and control. Her ult's a bit useless in Duel, it's not the best. Is an army on par with the Kurnanos and Churn. She used to be higher. I think people have just learned how to play against her now. She does have loads of pressure. Her ult is a silence and does a lot of damage. Her one is a super good steroid, gives her so much attack speed. I just don't know I just don't see enough of it really. Her 2 is good, the slow on her 2 is good. Having a leap, the leap is very predictable, but it is good if you're good at it and use it correct. The invis on it's nice. I'd put her A+. The invis on it's nice. Yeah, she just don't see much as an army anymore. The best pick is that she's such a good counter to Skadi. If you can bait the Skadi pick out and pick her, she's good. But from that, yes, just average. Janus, A. I'd say he's a bit better than the other gods, just because of his mobility around the map. Around the map. His 2 does so much damage late game with a 3 as well. The ult is super, makes you really safe. Same as the portals. The portal's good for CCing people. Said full cooldown your portal every freaking 2 seconds, it feels like. Yeah, just good god. Jingwei, annoying. Wouldn't say she's better than Ishtar or anyone. She's good late game though, just because her 2 gives her the standard crit. The knock up's good. The ability to play super safe. If people dive you, knock yourself up and them and dash away, or if they've got anyone that knocks you up, you can just dash away. The ult keeps you really safe. You basically never miss minion waves because you use your passive to fly back every single wave if you wanted to. The only issue is she is kind of a bit more safey god, and if you get a lead, it's harder to push the lead as a Jingwei compared to other people. But the crits on her 2 is really nice, and it means that they kind of have to get spectral armor even when you're not building crit. So it forces them into a build which they may not want to go, which is nice. Or you can double down and still go crit if they don't go it. So there's that. Yom, one of the better guardians, right on par with the Artio. Okay, can build magey or like a bruisery mage and do okay, but yeah, no, nothing special. Khepri, same as the other guardians. Bog, just average. Nothing special, not really good. King Arthur, I'd probably put him in B tier. A lot of abilities can be hard to play against because of the mobility, but easy to beat otherwise. Everyone above him beats him basically. All the hunters beat him. Most mages can as well, unless he gets a lead and gets super tanky, but yeah, nothing special. Who's up next? Cumber, another guardian. probably one of the worst Guardians too, out of all of them. On part, maybe a little bit better than Ganesh, but not much. Because Embo, probably on power the back of Kaiju. Can win games. The little Nene, the Nene does loads of damage and is super tanky late game, so annoying. Also, when you full cooldown, the pushes feel like you're up all the time. But that being said, sorry, I had to open up my OBS. I wanted to see if I was recording. Yeah, that being said, I don't think it's not this is a good knockup. Yeah, I don't think the pushes are that good because you're not really pushing them into anything really. Like, you know, you push them into a team or something. You're not doing that. The odd knockup's nice and the CC immunity, the disruption on it. But yeah, he's not beating any top tier gods. Lancelot, never see him. Okay, assassin, I guess. He does have good poke and a lot of commit, but that's about it. Not much control. Just don't really rate him. Man, straight to S. 1 is so much poke. The stun on 1 as well is super good. Counter Tsukiyomi by stunning out his 2 all the time. She can the dash taking her inside people. It's such a good counter, a good ability to dodge other abilities with. If you play it right, the CC immune or ult 2 on the knockup off her ult. Gives you a lot of pressure. Just good wave clear, good auto attack. So 2's got good poke on it. Yes, the dot she applies is insane. So yeah, S tier, probably one of the best gods in that sense. Marty, probably a bit under Chernobog. Good hunter, a lot of poke. The only issue with him is easy to dive if his ult's not up and if he hasn't got out of his grass. And even now they nerfed the movement speed out of the grass, so it's not ideal. He does do a lot of damage in late game if you get him there. But it's just about getting him to the late game. Maui, just another Guardian. He's okay. Stuns, pulls. Medusa, I'd say borderline A+. It 1 does a lot of damage. Good with the builds. Can go damagey like a more power pen build because of the damage off her 2 and her ult. The anti-heal's nice being built into a kit. The ult's good for stun and it just makes people turn away, which makes you get free auto attacks off. Yeah, A+, probably a little bit worse than, probably a bit better than his an army, but a bit worse than everyone above her. Splash is nice too. Then it's Merlin, one of the best mages. However, you just gotta get him late game. I'd put him above Marty because he's kind of similar to him, to be honest. But yeah, you just gotta get him late game. Late game, he's so good. Even mid game, once you get a couple of items online, you got some cooldown. You're throwing out his ice stance 1 constantly and the 2 for poke, and you can just, when they try commit on you, you can change in a fire stance or arcane to save yourself. Really good. If you're a good Merlin player, literally so good. You just gotta get to the later stages. Morgan phase up there with him. Again, a lot of control. The fear on 1 so good. Spawning other minions good too. The knock up for self peel, the poke on 3 and 1, and the damage off her ult, the CC immunity, the healing it does, and the dart applies. Yeah, she's probably one of the best mages. I would honestly probably put her higher than A. Maybe A+. Yeah, I rate Morgan Le Fay. Really fun god too. I don't know why I always enjoy playing her. Mulan. No bad, Achilles or anyone like that. I mean, does damage and go good out with a knock-up, but nothing special. Nike. Yeah, but probably like King Arthur. Her 2's nice. The knockback on it and blocks auto attacks, but it's more of a team-based ability. Now the shields aren't as good anymore either, and there's so many abilities that affect shields and items. Kind of counters her. She's tanky and her 1 as a disarm's nice, but again, not worth talking about really. I mean, she can win games again, but nothing special. Same as Nox. Just not good enough in duel. Does damage. Her silence 1 combo, 2-1 combo is nice. And she is quite safe with the dash, and her ult does do a lot of damage if you hit there. But she's more of a support mage really. So not that great in duel. Nut is the newest addition. I'd honestly put her S. I played a few games as her, and I've thought she's really strong in every single one. her weakest link is trying to play safe on her if need be. If you fall behind or you're playing against someone who can dive you, it's really hard to get away as your dash is just so short. However, the root on you too, and the fact it gives them like that drunk effect on it, that means it is actually quite hard to chase you down if you dash to yourself. You can also kind of just turn and fight. You can use your 1, get that on cooldown, they commit to you, root dash, 1 again, and you just shotgun them down basically. The only problem is if that doesn't work. Granted, most of the time it does, with like some actives as well, if you need like sprint beads or horrific or shell. Also, your ult takes you out of a lot of danger if need be. Earlier, for example, I played against an Oleron, he dealt, I dealt, if need be, if he actually got caught in it, and I could just sit in my ult until his ult was done, see, and then come back down and fight him. So the builds all work to her base attack speed is really high as well. So you could build a silver branch with basically, obviously she doesn't have any steroids really, which give her attack speed bar 1 is a steroid, but it doesn't give her attack speed. So she doesn't have any attack speed steroids as far as I'm aware. I haven't played loads of games with her, but as far as I'm aware, she doesn't. And she's already overcapped on the silver branch. So yeah, really, really good god. I think the resetting her 1 is the whole gimmick of her. Is nice. So yeah, it's just about knowing how to play her. Just think there's anything else to say. You can go crit on her and go attack speed. She's good with the Berserk Shield, the Griffin Earrings. As I said, does so much damage with the 1. Good wave clear with the Horn Shard too. Yeah, I think she's really good god. I haven't played her much in Conquest, so I can't talk about that. I think my nut experience is basically from Arena and a few duels on her. I've won all the duels I've played in her. I've enjoyed playing her too. So, yeah, not too bad. All around a personal favourite of mine. Used to be one of my favourite cards in the game. I'd put All on S2. He does have counter matchups, like the Camazot, like Chiron, like Hachiman. I wouldn't say the counter matchups, but the Camazot's definitely is. But the Chiron and Hachi, you can definitely win them games. It just depends how well they play with their alts. They have to wait for your alt before they can use theirs, basically. The builds now suit him. Now that the mage items, damage items got buffed. It's 2. The stare on there and being able to crit is really good. The poke on his 1. The knock up on his 3 and the heal and your ult. If you catch them out, you just win every single trade in your ult. You got so much early game pressure as all around is surprising. People think he doesn't, but the wave clear he has and the poke he can have with the 2 make him a monster early game. It's just about abusing that and getting into the late game as fast as you can. Who's next? Cyrus. I'd put A+. Similar to the Gilgamesh. Can be really good. Has a lot of pressure with the poke on his 1-2. The stun on his 3 is good. However, it takes too long to get off. And if you haven't hit the 1 after the 3 or they have a leap, it kind of makes your 3 useless and means you have to go blink. Blink, use your 1-2. They leap away, you ult after them. That type of chase. It is good, and you can win games on him. He's a good god. He has the mitigation he has from his passive. It's good. Works well with attack speed items on him. It's just, you need to be in the right matchups, really, and need to be able to just chase people down as him. So, yeah, he's good against hunters, but not amazing. Ooh, Pele's back. I haven't actually got a game with Pele this year. Before I did last year, I'd say she's probably A+. I enjoy Pele. And knockup's good. The ult is good. The ability to, now they buff Soul Eater as well. She works well with lifesteal, like a Soul Eater Jotuns. Does so much damage. Outtrades hunters. She's so fast. Her movement speed's so good. And her 3, the AoE ability damage she has. Good wave clear. Yeah, definitely A+. Persephone, bog standard mage. Does have good poke and control with the ult. But nothing special. I'm probably not even on par with Merlin, I wouldn't say. A little bit lower, probably more like on par with Janus. Let's try to quickly rattle through the rest of these, as this video is going to be taking a while. Raijin, full cooldown, Knight meta play against, kind of like the Merlin. A lot of control of the ult. Good safe guard with a dash. You can be using your 2-1 constantly. So yeah, I'd put him solid A tier god. Can beat certain people who will lose to other matchups. Luck of the draw. Rama, similar to Ishtar. Nah, he's a bit worse, probably more similar to Kern. His ult's safe, good damage on it. The stare in his 2 is good, he works well with the builds, he's safe with the roll. His 1's got good wave clear. Just a solid god, but loses to the people above him, really. Especially like to the Bologna. Because Ram's whole kit is based off auto attacking. So into a Bologna, he's basically useless. Not very good at the cams or Pele, anyone who's chasing down. So, yeah, he's okay, but not amazing. Rat, another A tier god, kind of similar to the Warriors. Good knock up. And a stun. That's all he is, basically. Raven, good, but not as good now. Shields got nerfed. It can get a lot of pressure and bully you. But now, as I said, now Shields got nerfed and stuff. He's not as prominent. I haven't seen as many Rams. I think it's just better gods in Duel this split than Raven, sorry. Ram. Too many R's. Who's next? Suket. Similar to Daji. Very gimmicky. Can win certain matchups. Again, if you can manage to clear the wave straight away or just fight without clearing the wave, like into the late game, she can win games. It's just about getting there. Honestly, having that crit at level 5 surprising does catch you out if you play against Suket because you're not used to playing against many of them. That crit on her 1 when she gets level 5 is insane if she gets lucky with it. But yeah, nothing special. The anti-healing out's nice too. Set. SS. I mean, he basically wins he can basically win every matchup. Depending on who you're against, you can change how you play. If you need to be someone who... I mean, I like playing him more as poke. You just keep poking with your 2-1 and eventually when they get low or they use some stuff, you can just full commit on them like a Vulcan, so you can just full commit on him. I know he's banned now, but for example, that was just the first guy that came to my head. You just bait out the abilities, keep poking him with the O's and then full commit, and your ult just makes you out trade everyone. So yeah, probably one of the best gods in Duel right now. On par with Hera, to be honest. Maybe he probably can beat Hera too, if he's played well. Shiva, don't rate Shiva. Doesn't do enough for me. Skadi, SS2, on par with Hui. Probably better than Hui, played well. The dog is like another god. They've root on it. Root into his 3 is so, and the 1 is so much damage. Works well with power pen build like Trans. Works well with Griffin earrings. Into like a more hybrid type build. Yeah, super good. So as I said, it's like playing against 2 gods when you play against Skadi. The dog's so OP. Sol, tidy mage ADC. On par with the other ADCs, really. Nice heal on her 1. Her 3 is good with its... what is it? Does that... Why can't I say the word? It's embarrassing. You know what I mean? The ball is good. The immunity on it and the CC immune on her ult on the knockup's good too. But against Hunter, she does lose late game. Early game and mid game, she outtrades them, but into the late game, she can't compete. So, again, one of the good probably the best. Nah, he's not the best warrior, but he's up there with the best A tier warriors. The only issue is his ult isn't that good in Duel. The rest of his kit's good. He has a lot of dive, but he doesn't have much pressure early game and people can poke him out and out clear him. And if he gets out cleared, he's on the back foot. It is quite rough playing Acerta, but he does have a good 1v1 potential if you get to the later stages. Susano, I feel like it's an underrated pick. I feel like he is every year. If you're a good Susano player, I feel like you can win a lot of matches with him. The mobility, he has the auto attack cancelling and damage, he has the burst damage. Teleports to his 3. If you're good and you can bait out leaps and then teleport after they've leaped and knock up on your ult, I feel like he's a super underrated god. And every time I played against a really good Susano player, I've made me think this god's OP and why isn't it banned or played more often? But I feel like he's floating under the radar. He could honestly be S tier if people appreciated how good he is, I think. The pull is so annoying. He can pull the minion waves and you to the warrior minions, full clear the wave with his 3-1, hit you at the same time, the builds work with him if you wanted to go like a Soul Eater type build, like Trans Soul Eater with a Soul Eater buff too, into breastplate to cap your cooldown, into a breastplate, sorry, into a Hi Rez. What's that 10? That caps your cooldown. And you're just swinging. You basically kill every hunter. And they can't do anything about it. They can try dash away, you can teleport when their dash is done. Yes. He's so good. I feel like he's super underrated. As I said, Susano could be up here. But I'll leave him in A at the minute just because people don't play him. But yeah, he's could be the best god in A tier, borderline A plus to us if people played him. And he's my sleeper pick, to be honest. Sylvanus, the best Guardian in Duel. Kind of like a Guardian Hunter. Don't get me wrong, he's not gonna blow your hair back. Like, he's okay. Go full attack speed rings for a troll and have fun game. With a Fatalis, you can win games, but yeah, he just doesn't do enough damage really to compete with Hunters. Terra. Another Guardian. I mean, that's good heal and control, but nothing much more. That's the Morrigan. The Morrigan's my second sleeper pick. Played well, one of the best gods in Duel, because she's has her kit, her poke on her 2. The damage on her 2-1 is insane. The 3 is surprisingly good, and then she literally can poke you out and then just turn into the other god, and you can just fight them as themselves. So a good Morrigan player is so hard to deal with. Probably, as I said, probably one of the best gods as well. Her and Susano, my sleeper picks. As I said, Morrigan as well. Could be S plus. It could even be S or A plus. But again, you just don't see it enough to warrant it really. Not enough people play it, and it is kind of banned often. Thoth, you'd think he'd be good, but he's not. He's kind of okay early-ish game. He can hold his own when he has a Chronos Pendant or something online. The issue he has is he needs full build to do damage, and by that point the other gods are better and they can just dive him and kill him. He has no escape, really, because even against someone as gimmicky as a Circuit, say, or a Daji, say, for example, they can blink on a Thoth. The Thoth dashes away. At this point, they don't need to worry about the wave. So the Thoth dashes away. They leap on the Thoth then, and then what can Thoth do? He has, even if he has like a Bancrofts, or some tankiness, or a Gem of Isolation or something, they can still just run him down so easily, and that basically happens with every single god that can dive you. So Amaterasu is saying, blink on you, the Thoth dashes away, the Amaterasu dashes after him. Seth keeps poking you as much as a Thoth can poke, and then eventually, when he wants to commit, then you can just blink on you, do the same thing. So even on paper, you'd think he has quite a good kit in Duel. It just doesn't really work out as you'd think it would, to be honest. You don't do enough damage early game to warrant poking him out and getting pressure, because you just don't get pressure because he just doesn't do enough damage. Tiamat, similar, takes too long to get online. Can work, but as I said, it just most of the time doesn't. Tsukiyomi, my favorite god in the game. Putting him SS, I am biased. Might put him D so no one plays him or bans him. I think I'm number 3 in the world, Tsukiyomi right now. Barma Brigand, and maybe Amaterasu. Probably who counters him because they stun out his 2. He can just outpoke everyone. He probably beats Terra, honestly, if you play it well. He can just keep poking with his 1-3 over and over. Bait it. He can just force you to buy Aegis 2 and then force you to use the Aegis with his 1-3-2 combo. And then eventually he just ults you and kills you. So, yeah, my favorite god. Shingten, another Guardian. I beat a Thoth as a Teazul, Yemoja, same, not very good. And finally, Yu Hang. Probably one of the worst mages, to be honest, in Duel. On par with Uprash, a little bit safer, but yeah, it doesn't do enough damage for me. And the ult's too hard to hit. Might be because I'm poor at it, I'm not very good at hitting it, but don't rate him. So yeah, that's what my tier list looks like. I think I'm happy with that. Maybe move these around a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. All seems to be good. As I said, if you want me to do a build on like best guardians, best assassins, like top 5 best assassins or top 5 hunters in Duel, or anything like that, let me know in the comments and I can do builds for them and do a breakdown on each single god in more depth. Yeah, that's my tier list. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one, boys and girls.